Hi, this is Roger. Thanks for dropping by. It's just a quick video that I can post Saturday morning before we set off for our trip to Mathers. So that there is something there for Saturday. It's also a bit of a teaser. My son came round yesterday early evening and we went over the plan for the decking together because there were some things I wasn't sure about what he had in mind. And we went over it together. I'm more than happy with the plan. The plan does possibly need some more gear, but it needs a bit of investigation first because, unbeknown to us, below all that soil, let's point the camera over there, see what the hell I'm talking about. All that soil that was under the decking, first of all, neither of us can possibly understand where the hell it came from if it's been thrown on top of a patio. Those pinky coloured paving slabs there go right underneath. So the decking was built on top of a patio, basically, or pavers. And so where did all the soil come from? And unfortunately that's too big a job to try and get rid of, because the sort of bags that you need to hold a reasonable quantity of soil are relatively expensive, and I wouldn't be able to lift them. Yeah, and I mean I can't use any form of wheelbarrow or anything because it would have to go down the alleyway and it's not wide enough. So it was a big deal. But nonetheless, with the pavers, the posts, one of which you can see there, the actual metal support that post is sat in has got a flat square bottom. It's not a spike. So I'm glad I didn't actually buy the spikes, because they would have been a waste of time. But what needs to be found out is the supports that will go from left to right, as we look at it now, will reach the decking that's still in place, and we'll have a cross member across there that's going to sit on these posts. We need to know if those pavers go that far, because if they do, then we need some more of the flat-bottomed post holders. If they don't, then we've already got the spikes to drive into the ground. So that's I'll have to try and get that done. Not very good at shoveling stuff around with my back, but I can do it a bit at a time if necessary. So that's that. And hopefully the other bit is that he's hoping to be able to come round next weekend with all the tools and everything. And with the two of us, we might be able to make a big dent in it. If we can get all the frame done and get the screws cut off, because the problem we've got with the... let's go outside. Still in my blinking dressing gown here, but nobody can see in the garden. This is the problem with the decking. Now, some of them are a bit rotten, but Tony's actually bought some new boards to replace any rotten ones, and any that we don't use, he's got the receipts, they can be taken back because they're undamaged and everything. But this is the problem. These screws won't unscrew. So it needs the angle grinder. Tony's got an angle grinder to cut them off. Now, providing when he's here we can get that done, I can fix these boards on my own, because I'm only carrying one at a time and they only need 6 holes drilled, and I've got a perfectly good drill as long as I've got the screws. So I can relay the decking okay on my own if I have to. But it'll depend how long it takes us to make that frame between the two of us. My Dishojo's looking good, isn't it? I love it when all the bonsai have got their nice new leaves on. That hornbeam, looking nice bright green leaves, very much like beech leaves but more ribbed, and they come out earlier. But the Dishojo maple is looking stunning. And this hawthorn is going to be looking stunning pretty soon, because look at all the buds on it. And I wasn't expecting to have any blooms at all this year, because of the way it had been pruned before I bought it. So anyway, so that is what is going on with the decking. Just quickly, I can get round here somehow. Right, all this edging is not even fixed. It was just sat on the ground. It just wasn't fixed. Anyway, you can see the principle. Got a support beam here, sat on these feet, yeah, square feet with wooden timbers in. And then we've got joist hangers. That's going to take 3 more of these sturdy 4x2s across there. They will sit on these 3 posts. The timber that's already in those 2 posts is usable. It just needs the top cut off so that the support joist going across will be level. And what I've got to do is clear the soil away at that end to make sure the patio extends up to that far end. And if it does, then we'll get 3 more of these feet, set up 3 more posts and get 3 joist hangers, and the support beams will go right across. The decking can just go straight on top. And Tony is pretty sure that we can reuse, you know, the step and the front and the side, or at least most of it. And then we will have a hole up in that corner with no decking, which can be fixed at a later date in some shape or form. Not quite sure what we're going to do there. And I need to get the fence fixed as well. Ideally it needs a new panel, doesn't it? But the trouble is that tree's in the way. Anyway, that's another project. That's not for now. So I would love to be able to just get rid of all this soil, but we can't. So it's just going to have to stay under the decking. And what I will do is push a lot of it up here so that it's still within the confines of the frame, but out of the way, so that I've got room to dig down and find out how far these pavers go. And hopefully they go far enough that we can just use these square bottomed feet, because they are so much easier to handle than putting spikes in. So that's the plan. That's what we're up to. Oh. Now, the teaser. I'm going to Mather's with Hannah tomorrow, and I've had a huge, and I mean huge, donation from Judy via Buy Me a Coffee, which is already, I've managed to get that transferred across into my bank account, so I've got that money ready to spend, and it is highly likely it's going to get spent on some of these. Now this has just opened, just literally opened overnight. It was still in bud yesterday, and that is Vesuvius, and it's the variety Leopard. That is probably the last Pleione bud and bloom of mine to open this year. So when this one's gone, they'll all be gone. This one's been open a while now. This is lovely, this one. But the lilac colour, which is very pale, is starting to fade to white. So to me that indicates that it's not going to be around too much longer. So these are the last 2 Pleione blooms. Until I get back on Saturday, probably. Because there isn't much else at Mather's that I would buy. And hopefully they'll have something nice there to bring back. We'll see how it goes. So hopefully Sunday morning we'll have some new plants to look at. With Hannah down for the weekend, there probably won't be a proper Sunday chat, but I might be able to do something anyway. And as I say, I'm filming this early Friday morning. This will get posted Saturday morning, so it'll just something will be there for Saturday, and especially if there's not going to be anything on Sunday. So there we go. And yeah, very attractive. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for dropping by. And the bit on the end. The mystery of how the elves got into the garden, i.e. Tony, to actually bring all the wood round and do the work, the mystery is solved. He didn't know the code to the padlock, and yes, the front door was locked. But the side gate is screwed onto a wooden frame. So just took the gate off. And then of course put it back afterwards. He now has the code for the padlock. He did think about angle grinding the padlock off and then just getting a replacement, but he had a look at the construction and just took the gate off the frame basically. Which means somebody else could, of course. It does have a minor security risk, but yeah, whatever fixing you've got can be unfixed. You know, whatever was used to fix it can be used to unfix it. So no different to anything else, is it? Anyway, mystery solved. Bye for now.